Hello everyone, let's begin with Enterprise Information Security Policy, which is the part 2 of chapter 4. Basically, what is Enterprise Information Security Policy? Is the high-level information security policy that sets the strategic direction, scope, the tone for all organization security efforts. Some people also call it a general security policy. Some people call it IT security policy. Some people call it just information security policy. So you might not hear about enterprise information security policy. You might just hear about information security policy or IT security policy. There are some elements to the enterprise information security policy. First, it assigns responsibility for various areas of information security, including maintenance of information security policies and the practices and responsibilities of end user. Remember, we talked about when we are forming the policies, we need to involve the end users, and also information security policy is a document that is changing and it's requiring maintenance. The Enterprise Information Security Policy guides the development, implementation, and management requirements of the information security program. And that has to be met by information security management and other security functions that are going to be involved. Also, we need to integrate an organization mission and objective into this main security policy. The Enterprise Information Security Policy, it shouldn't contradict the organizational mission statement. So it should actually be integrated into the mission statement. Also, you need to make sure that that it doesn't interfere with the work environment of the employee. So it doesn't create some kind of a hostile environment. And it has to be following the objectives of the company as well. So some of the elements of Enterprise Information Security Policy is going to be looking at overview of the corporate philosophy on security, also information on the structure of information security organization and individuals who will be involved as a security role in the Enterprise Information Security Policy planning. Also, in this document, it has to show all the responsibilities for the security that are being shared by all the members of the organization, such as employee, contractors, consultants, and visitors. And also, it should fully articulate responsibility for security that are unique to each role within an organization. So these are some of the elements that it needs to be included in that document. Let's look at the example here. So basically in the document, it needs to show the purpose of what is the policy for. It needs to have some of the elements as we just mentioned. They basically define the whole topic of information security within the organization. Basically, it should look at the policies that it states about protecting and confidentiality and integrity. Also some section on education and training. Also, another component is the need. You need to justify the need for the organization to have a program for information security, and also you need to define the role and responsibilities of the people who are involved in the information security formation of information security policy. And reference also lists other standards that influence this policy and this document. Any other maybe federal laws or other policies that maybe regarding the state laws or other policies that you are using in order to specify in this document. Well, you can actually look for enterprise information security policy online. This is actually sometimes they put them online, a lot of organizations. So this is actually for King County, and this is the information technology governance policy and standards. And you can see, you can look over this policy and kind of help you kind of understand what is required in this document. There are other ones. Your book has one, which is by Charles Wood, Information Security Policy Made Easy. That's from Information Shield, and that is another one that you can actually look at as well. That's on page 148 of your book, if you have the 5th edition. Even universities have enterprise information security policy. This is a information security policy for Kansas State University, and again, you can see you know how they have formed it: purpose, background, scope, and then they have the policy in there, and other things that you can see. So there are various documents out there for you guys to look at. Some of the policies for various organizations. It depends what they are, if they're a government organization, if they're an educational organization, or if they're just private companies. The next thing that we are going to talk about is issue a specific security policy. Basically, an organizational policy that provides detailed, targeted guidance to instruct all members of organization in the use of resources, such as one of its processes or technologies. It is concerned mostly with usage and operational rules for specific system. That's why it's issue a specific security policy. So in some organization, ISSP, referred to as fair and responsible use policy, describing the intent of the policy to regulate appropriate use. So it's concerned with the uses and operational rules for a specific system in the organizations. In order to have an effective ISSP, we need to make sure that it articulates the organizational expectations about how its technology-based system is being used. It documents how the technology base is controlled and identify the processes and authorities that provide that control. Also, it indemnifies the organization against liability for an employee's inappropriate action on that specific system. So every ISSP in the organization should address a specific technology-based system. It should require frequent updates. It should contain an issue statement on the organizational position on that specific issue. So remember, this is regarding rules for a specific system, regarding usage and operational rules for a specific system. Some of the area that ISSP could be used, remember this is not only, the list is not, it's just an example, it's not very comprehensive. So some in electronic mail, in the instant messaging, maybe use of internet, the web, malware protection requirements, non-organizational issues, organizational information on non-organizational owned computers, again, removal of organizational equipment, personal technology during work hours, company information from outside company facility, access control credential by users. So all of these are areas that could be included in ISSP. So basically, now let's look at what are some of the typical elements that goes into ISSP. A statement of purpose, authorized access and usage of equipment, prohibited usage of equipment, system management, that's another element that goes in there, violation of policies, policies reviews and modification, and limitation of liability, some kind of a disclaimer that will go in that document. There are various approaches in implementing the ISSP. One of the approaches is to create a number of independent ISSB documents. Another approach is to create a single comprehensive ISSB document. And another one, which is more common one, and it's a recommended approach, is a modular ISSB document that unifies policies, creation, and administration. In this modular ISSB document is basically an individual document regarding each issues, and they're using a same template and standards for all of these issues, and each person who is responsible for the issue will be responsible for that section of the document. And then after they put all of them together into a one document, which all have the same template and same format, and then it will report to administrator, who is kind of responsible for putting all of them into one overall policy. So this recommended approach provides a balance between issue orientation and policy management as well. In this approach also, it is very clear who is responsible for which issue, and also it's written very well because they're all using the same template. So this is it for this part of the chapter 4. Please watch my next video, which we will talk about system-specific security policy. Take care for now.